Through the open darkness, through the fires, through the light of demons, I will seek the key, push my way through Satan, and cleanse the throne indeed. Walking fire, walking veil, walking darkness and reclaim, embrace the death inside. Step through the door with thy key, open your power and claim it be. I strike my fire, strike my flame to the door I engrave. Love thy pain, get into my desire, as I drink in thy lake of fire. Black souls enter as I command. I step to my throne with staff in hand. So now rise and take a knee, for I sit where I was supposed to be. As tattered glass breaks no more, and the last of my empathy is set free. Oh, all I have lost, I now regain. With the snap of my fingers I send home the very souls of the earth unknown. But the prophet's hand has shown the way as I step out from my grave. No more for this world, for it has come to an end, as the separation of soul and man. As time now ends, I exit my throne and step with my army to thy kingdom's door. And as I bring them now to heaven, he opens up thy door. For I now bend my knee to Father, and Mother takes me home. And with this moment it begins, a new one born to. Through the open darkness, through the fires, through the light of demons, I will seek the King. Push my way through Satan and cleanse the throne indeed. Walking fire, walking vain, walking darkness, and reclaim, embrace the death inside. Step through the door with thy key, open your power and claim it be. I strike my fire, strike my flame to the door I crave. Love thy pain, get into my desire, as I drink in the lake of fire. Black souls enter as I command. I step to my throne with staff in hand. And as I bring them now to heaven, he opens up thy door. For I now bend my knee to Father, and Mother takes me home. And with this moment it begins, a new one born to be raised. One simple thought that is what was meant to be. Through the open darkness, through the fires, through the light of demons, I will seek the key. Push my way through Satan and cleanse the throne indeed. Walking fire, walking vain, walking darkness, and reclaim, embrace the death inside. Step through the dark. Step through the dark. I open up my soul, let the fire thrive. Darkness creeps inside, evil comes alive. Light that once I gave, never seen inside. Kept the shadows brave, I could never hide. So here's the thing, forest stood in me. Power couldn't bind, set my spirit free. Rage turned into hate, loathing brings the pain. Trapped within the grave, caught in endless rain. Call to the side, wake them in the sand. World on fire now, we take our command.
Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. In the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain.
Good morning and happy Saturday, my beautiful stars. I have to fix my camera just a little bit here. There we go. Now we're back on action. All right, guys, welcome on in. Hello and happy Saturday to everybody. Well, are you going to work now? Okay, I think you're going to work now. And hello to my wonderful High Destroyer. How are you doing today? Welcome on in, guys. I'm making up for yesterday because I had a lot of things I had to get done yesterday. And my spoons just kind of ran really done. And I even skipped out on the appointment I was supposed to go to yesterday because I was just so completely I was just drained yesterday. My body and my healing my foot and just needed to stay in bed and just get some more medication and a little bit of green to help with that. So, I'm healing pretty good, guys. Everything is looking good with the foot so far. I have my first appointment coming up soon to get it all checked up and stuff like that. So, and things have been going really good, and I've been starting down a different path and starting to learn some new different things of, learning how to be an alchemist as part of my journey now, and there's going to be some changes in my personal life. Things won't change here. I might be a little bit harder more on your ass, though. I hope you can see my demon wings. No. Anyway. But guys, we're doing readings just like we normally do them. The reading room is open for anybody who would like to jump in line and get a reading today. Just exclamation point, join, and then that's what we'll get doing today. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and yap your ass off there and play some pretty music, or maybe not some pretty music. So I like to make my own song creations. So from time to time, you guys will hear my music play out throughout the stream sometimes when and if I am brave enough to share it with you guys. So if, you know, like now, like watch. In the background, you might hear some of my music. I wrote this song. Hey, Marshall! How's it going, buddy? You should listen to this song. This is a pretty good song about me and my path and how I got where I am today and how I changed everything. You should really listen to this one. I think you'd really like it. You got a haircut. It sucks. Well, why'd you let them do that to you then? The good thing about hair is it grows out, okay? So it's not going to last forever and it grows out. Or go to a different barber and see if they can fix that bitch. I mean, or... Yeah, well... You'll live. Jeez. You have to wear it with pride. Just, you know what? It's the newest haircut style. Shh, don't tell anybody. You know, and then you'll be popular. So, you know. Secrets of the universe are not always the easiest thing in the world to know. And when you know something big is coming for you and a major change in your life, and I'm going to be here as long as I can possibly be here for you guys. According to the gods, I've got a good 14 years left on my journey, and I'm kind of glad it's coming to an end, honestly. I've been doing this for so long now, I'm ready for the next true journey. And I know it's quite a ways away, but it's still in my mind every day, you know? But I'm not going to just make that journey be the only journey I concentrate on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to live every day as if it was my best day ever. Let me pause the music here. Marshall. Even though you're dressing the appropriately, and even though all of that looks good, and there's no real distinction, because from what picture you showed me, I wouldn't have guessed you were anything but a boy. You know? I think you need to shut those people out and stop paying attention to those and saying, fuck you for thinking I'm that, fuck you for saying I'm that, and just stand tall and be proud of who you are, and not worrying about people and how they care about what your haircut looks like, what your outward body looks like. You know who you are. You know what you are willing to express in yourself and in your outward appearance. Yeah, I know you do. That's why I'm like, well, you know what, sometimes maybe people in your community are spreading rumors about you, and they're purposely doing this to you to make you feel small or bad or icky of yourself. You know, people can be cruel. What's up, technology? All right, well, let's get to it. Why don't we get let's just get going to doing the work we're here to do today. Because I'm here to kick some serious spiritual ass today. I'm taking off the gloves today, guys. I'm doing positive. That's some pretty good time. I lost a toe, but other than that, I'm doing awesome. That was about a week and a half ago, though, so it's actually healing very well. So I got a doctor's appointment coming up to get looked at and make sure everything's on track, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly coming up. Yeah, I lost a toe. Yeah, one of my toes on my feet had gotten infected by some kind of a cut or some kind of a thing. I guess it started to get in there and it started to look kind of nasty. Now I went to the thing is I went to a foot doctor literally a couple days before. He looked at the toe, kind of gave me one of these looks, and says, "Well, let's do some more scanning test of your legs to make sure you what kind of a blood flow you have in your legs." And I'm like, "Well, can't we just do that now? I mean, this doesn't look good, you know?" And he kind of sent me home saying, "Go get some more tests done." Well, I waited a couple of days. I wrapped it up, like a normal person would wrap up something that, just looks icky. You want to wrap it up, keep it protected. I went to go check it just to see how it looked, and it looked and smelled like something I shouldn't really be having on my body. Hence losing the toe. Or during 4 days before my birthday, I went into the hospital, and by the time I left my hospital 1 day before my birthday, I came out with one toe less. I'm one toe less of a man now, but I'm still stronger than ever. So anyway, let's get to it. EP boy to the reading room. EP boy to the reading room. I'm ready. We have to get going on the things here. Enough about me. I'm really pouring in the tough love today, guys. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear today, what you really, really need to hear today. So we got to be really prepared for the ready. You're ready for the tough love. You're ready for what you really have to do in order to make your shit work. Well, then let's find out. All right. So we've got 7 and we've got 9. Yeah, it was amputated. All the way off. I went, "Hi, nurse, you look pretty." "Oh, hi, pretty nurse." I had surgery and everything. "Yep, I survived. You." Okay, that's what we're going to find out. Let me get him in the right spot for you. Marshall has a question for you, and he needs you to answer that. How does he make people see him as he truly is and no longer see what he no longer wishes anyone else to see ever again? Don't tell me, tell him. All right, here are your 7 official shuffles, Marshall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the 19th card is now on top. I would have rather lost a toe than a foot. That's what all I've got to say. And you have a 2 God card message today for you today on this one, Marshall. And here is your answer about how we can finally make people see you as the man you are. You want to know why people see it, and then how do you fix it? Okay? So here we go. Okay. Tough love time. I didn't want to lose a toe, but I would have rather lost that toe than a complete foot or a leg like my wife lost. No, a toe is just fine. I can deal with a toe. But, like Marshall, there's a part of yourself that you have to finally come to terms with, that is this boundary that you keep putting up. This boundary where people see you as that, or the reason that people keep doing this to you is because you put up such a facade of this boundary that's in front of you, that most people have known you as that most of your life, and they don't know how to make the distinction. They don't know how to break through the barrier. They don't know how to see that. Perfect strangers sometimes see energies, even when we have to understand that I, as a man, have feminine energy. I have masculine and I have feminine energy. I don't hide from my feminine energy, but most people think I'm one of the rough, gruff kind of girly mans, you know? Well, okay, we mean strangers, right? Yeah, so I'm telling you that when we're meeting that strangers, we're putting up such a boundary, certain boundaries that only a person who's lived a feminine life can do with their body cues, with their pheromones, with things that instinctually tell us who's a man and who's a female. Some people are just hypersensitive to that, and when they look at the picture and they go, something doesn't match here, and they go with their gut instinct to call you what they think they do. Sometimes it's just pure unadulterated mistake, uh, you know. Well, I'm just saying they're picking up on the subtleties of those cues. Only a woman would be able to pick up on most of the time, and some men who's more in touch with their feminine side would be able to pick up on as well, because that's the boundary of the world. That's the boundary we put up in front of ourselves. That's the thing that keeps blocking us from people seeing us for what we really are, because we put up that boundary of, I don't want you to see me for who I was born to be. I want you to see me as I truly have chosen to be, and not being proud of that martial part of yourself and still. Well, that's what I'm saying. You spend a lot of your time around, and that's exactly, you have to get around some more brotherly people, some more people who are going to be your pack, your male bro pack, your boys. You need some of your own boys, that you can hang out with, that you can understand maybe what boundaries you are putting up that a normal man doesn't do. When and that's hard for me to explain to you, because I've lived a male life, and I know and can kind of explain it a little bit. But that's where we get to the next thing is, some of this is just experience, Marshall. Some of this is just doing it and living it for so long that people finally understand that this is who you are. And you know that, they know that, the universe knows that, the world knows that. And people want to see what they want to see. You're always going to run into people like that, no matter how hard you try. There's always going to be that someone who sees that. And that's what we have to understand, is you have to start to feed yourself the right experiences by finding your group of boys, by finding out and going out and hanging out with the motorcycle groupie guys, or going to the gym and working out and saying, I'm working on my tone and trying to figure out how to do this better, and find out that. Or maybe you go to the car shop and you work on a car with your buddies because you're trying to learn how to do something and stuff like that, or that kind of experience. You have to understand is, well, I'm just saying that's part of it as well. That university thing that you were talking to me about, you have to give it a chance to work. You have to move yourself out of the cage you put yourself in for your whole life, Marshall. You put yourself in a single, solitary cage. The cage of you saying, this is a part of me. It has to be a part of you, because it is a part of you. You will never be able to escape that. You have just transformed it into this. And as soon as you can grow that into who you are as a person will be a whole person, like all of us are, on equal parts to equal measures of who we are. We express ourselves outwardly how we want the world to interpret us, to see us. I wear a black shirt with a hat on my thing. I'm a white dude that I can't change anything about. And when people see me, they see a man. But you ask my wife, I act more like a female than a man. My wife acts more like in an aggressive male form than I do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that you have to walk out of the same old cage you keep putting yourself in. Decide, nah, I'm not going to let anyone put me in that cage ever again. And then you got to say, I'm going to walk free, and I'm going to love the choices that are in front of me. I'm going to embrace the choices so that I can bring down my defense mechanism, because that defense mechanism that we naturally put up, that we've built up over time, that natural defense mechanism that you don't realize you're doing, that you still do the same cue of, the only way to repel you is to show you, without necessarily trying, that feminine part of you that repels them from you, pushing them away so you don't have to deal with them. So they say the one thing that will repel you from them. You know, it's an energetic exchange of things because you're seeking that. You're secretly seeking that because you keep saying, I'm going to run into these people, run into these people, run into these people. But then when you run into these people, it's stay away, stay away, stay away. So you ask and repel for the things you don't want. When you have to melt that exterior and just say, this is who I am, and if you get stung, you get stung. You know, let's see what the God cards have to say, though, because I think they will help. You asked me, that's what it was about, and that's what keeps blocking you. You know, I'm just being honest with you, you know. I mean, most of this is your own boundaries, what you put up inside of yourself. You have to break down those boundaries and say, I love all parts of who I am. That is Marshall. I'm going to own that. I am going to dress outwardly how I am. I am going to be the body I want to be. That is Marshall. But all of that made me who I am today. Embrace that wholly, completely, and move that forward. Then you are you, and everyone will still think that. I know you don't think that, but other people do because they see the social cues you don't know how to control because you haven't been around enough men to learn how to adopt those social cues. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of females and not a lot of bros. And the only way to do it is to go and find friends. And then there you go with what your gods keep telling you to go out and do. To pick up the right kind of things you need to fill yourself up with the right donating moments to heal those wounds that you are talking about right now. About the why don't people see me as a girl and more as a Marshall? You should be saying, I'm glad people are seeing me as Marshall. So what? They see a feminine quality in Marshall. Whoopie doo. I'm still Marshall, you know? I'm Joshua, but I'm a very feminine man sometimes. But they're telling you to pick up the right kind of change so that you can fill the holes so that when people come to you and try to poke those holes, they can't poke anymore because there's nothing left to poke. You've already healed from those things. It's like, whatever. You know, they come to try to do that shit to you, and it's like trying to poke through Teflon, titanium, steel, the hardest metal, whatever it is now. But you want to give back that change into your soul so that you can actually fill you up with what you do need, which is you expressing yourself in the best way possible and just not caring what those people think anymore. That's what fills you up inside, you know? That positive thinking is part of what that donation is, you know? And you got this, Marshall. You're just I don't know, you know, some people they just see what they see. And you can, like I said, you will try as hard as you can try, but that's just sometimes how it is. I don't think it's anything you are particularly doing. It's just like I said, it's a pheromone slash this movement, move that movement, the way you do certain movements, you know, speak something to some internal thing inside of a human that's just instinctual within animal reaction between man and female. It's just that instinctual. Even though you are doing everything correct for you, they just instinctually used to go pick up on those cues. You know what I'm saying? I know that. Uh, okay, well then, but they still see that corpse then. So how do we get rid of the corpses? I don't know. That's what you have to ask yourself is, how do I finally bury that corpse so it no longer carries with me? Because that's the part you have to learn how to drop off. You see? You have to stop carrying around your corpse, Marshall. So find someone who gets it, who can get it, and then see if you can get it from them. If you then move to a place that will be more proactive and accepting of you. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get that where you're at. You're going to have to go somewhere, wait till you get to university, and then seek what your options are. That's all you have to do. Because you have to own it. And I wish I could. I can't snap my fingers and make it a quick fix for you. Nothing in this world's a quick fix. You think being this guy was easy, being this kind of a man? I'm an effeminate man living in a very masculine body who has these deep emotional feelings most of his life, these thoughts and weird experiences that come into me, being told certain things about everything that's going to happen, and being forced to deal with not only the spirit world, the metaphysical world, the multiverse, timelines, all of that stuff. And if I can pull my shit all together, trying to find the good and the bad within myself and pull my masculine and my feminine together to be this person here, you can do this too. And you just got to stop caring what those stupid people think. That's the point. Just stop caring what they think and just live your life as Marshall. Who cares what they think? I don't, you know. Then screw them. Don't let them see what they're gonna see. You're better than that, Marshall. Just walk tall and proud of who you are. Yeah, well, yeah. So you have to accept that they have a certain view of certain things in there, certain views, and all you can do is either adapt, change, or move. You know how much I care for you. But I got one more person to deal with, and then we can talk some more. If you don't mind, I'd like to give technology what he needs to hear for right now, because I know it's not that easy. If you think this didn't take time, I'm 50 years old. I started when I was 8 years old. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. If I'm not listening. I love you. And maybe I'm not the one who has the answers for you then. I'm sorry. I wish I could have helped. If you want to talk after technologies, I'll be happy to. I don't understand because I don't live where you are and I don't understand what you have to go through. I completely own that. Your numbers were 8 and 24. Is romance approaching? All I've ever done try to do is I don't think it's my fault. I'm just saying, whatever you got to go do for today, let's stick around a little bit. Let me take care of that. Maybe we can find a way to work you through this. I don't know. I really do think it's going to come for you in university. I think you just got to let you get to university. Start the moving process now. Go find an apartment near your university and just go live it there and be close to university and not have to worry about that and start a brand new life as Marshall when no one knows who you are but you. It might be that simple. And the donate card pops out again before I get to clearing these cards off. All right, I'm clearing the cards off for technology about romance. Is romance on the way for technology? Is romance on the way for technology? I heard you and someone arguing the other day. What's that about, guy? Alright, I really have to get back to doing this now. Can you retype your number and question again, technology? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. Yeah, I think that's the point too. Is I'm not trans enough, or I don't understand the experience enough to give you the best advice. Yeah, okay, that's what I was wondering. Thank you. Now I'm gonna get them in the right spot for you too. No! You're gonna walk through my yard, I'm gonna at least go boo. All right. They're in the right spot. I've got an ad. Do you have ads you have to worry about, technology? Are we good? Because I've got like an ad coming up in a minute and a half or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you another couple of shovels anyway because I don't know why that didn't feel like the right spot to me. I really have to get myself back into doing this real quick here and. You know, so we got 45 seconds before the ads end here. And once they do, I'm going to take that as my cue to stop shuffling. All right, here are your 8 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good morning, Jing. How have you been? All right, and the 24th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And the 24th card. Yeah, it's been a while. That's why I was wondering. I've got one more reading and then I'll get to you, okay? Good. I'm glad to hear. All right, here we go with Hot Winners Romance coming your way. Right there, technology. And you got 2 God cards today as well. A 1, 2. Oh, you got a physical, mental, and spiritual message today. Okay. So, technology. You want to know what is this about romance is on the way? When is romance approaching? And part of the reason romance is approaching is part of you still has a little bit more to grow and learn. You're kind of stuck in your old ways. So you're trying to find a newer experience that can kind of help you grow a little bit better. So maybe you need to options and think about being a little bit more outside of your normal wheelhouse of box of where you're looking for potential partners. Maybe it's time to start to consider that there are certain things you can and cannot do right now that you'll have to wait for. That there are 150 different choices and billions of different choices that are on the menu that you will say no to that could be best experiences for you. So that's what the Grand Elder means. It's all about getting all of those things together, but still learning how to grow and do new things in a new, different way. I know you've been here before, and I don't know if you've got my mama's card before, but you need to find that balance. That balance between the darkness and the light, the good side and the bad side. That crescendo moment when you yourself believe without a doubt that you need to give and take a little bit back in your relationships again. The reason you can't get one is you haven't accepted that you're really willing to give again. You take sometimes a little too much, and now you need to remind yourself, I need to give as last as my. I've had it 3 times, I believe. Yeah, so you know what's coming for you. That you have the power to correct your own path. That you are already loved by a lot of different people. And knowing that you're already accepted in that love draws that love towards you. Knowing your own power and your strength, that you know what you want and that you're going to go get it. And that you're going to go at least try and risk and try to do the things that kind of scare you. those are things that are going to help you. You know that you have to say to yourself, I have to believe in the thing that I want the most, my destiny, so that that destiny can come true, so that I can carve it into my own life, you know? So maybe you get to that point where you are ready now to make that decision about that romance coming your way, and it can be coming your way. But are you willing to change some of the things you need to do and decide which path you need to go down to get to what you want your dream to look like? If you want it, is it in the past? Maybe there's a past girlfriend or someone there who might be willing to say, let's give it another shot. Maybe it's not in the past. Maybe it's the easy way. Maybe you know someone who's maybe a good friend of yours who you think could always turn into a more positive relationship. Or maybe there's that risky girl that you're not quite sure if you told her how you felt that you could jump and say, hey, let's try this out and see how it works out. Or maybe you just take a chill pill and say, maybe I just need to take a time to cut through the bullshit that keeps me from picking the right person in the first place, and I need to get to that place where I can actually see the end of the dock. Or I have to learn how to break the cycle I am in. That's what we're trying to do right now, is how to break that cycle. You know, the leaf card is all about where you are at in that cycle. And right now, you're trying to rebirth and working into life. Life with a person is the journey you want to birth into life. So you're going through a labor process of questioning yourself of who you are, trying to find someone who matches your vibe, your attraction level, all of that stuff. Going out there, giving your heart a shot, giving your heart a try, but maybe you're being a little antisocial and you're not really reaching out and you're not going up and saying hello at least to some people and having conversations. You know, if you're holding back the, what's going on, and then you break that cycle, whatever that cycle that you keep going and doing over and over again, where you don't ask. That's what they're trying to get you to do, is learn what your cycle is and break free from that cycle that keeps you from that romance you want. So you have to ask yourself, what cycle am I in, and how do I let that part of me die so I can rebirth it into the kind of thing I want. And that's basically what it's going to take for you to be able to get your love life back in order. And these are things that you yourself can help along by, you know, just being okay with yourself, which I know you do that, and you're getting out there and trying to be as social as you can, but also taking the time to find out if there are other things you need to fill your life with other than relationships as well, you know, and doing that and going out there and then finding that spirit show connection between someone just takes time. It takes time for you to get to know someone, or sometimes you just gotta give it an honest shot and keep trying for a while and give yourself a limit of how much you'll try to flirt with this person or that person or whatever. And, you know, whatever the cycle is that you finally break it is. Let's find out what your God cards are, though. Physical, mental, and spiritual. And that's not that bad of an answer for you there, okay? Technology, bask in the sun physically, get back around more positively minded people to brighten your soul up. So go out and have some fun. Go out there with your friends that bring you up, make you seem like you are getting the best life ever. When you go out and you celebrate life, you draw that life towards you. When you go out there and celebrate that love wants to draw towards you. It's time to ask yourself, how am I drawing the sun to me? Can I be like a sunflower in a sunflower field, trying to draw this towards me for a change, rather than me trying to draw it towards me? It's going to find me. Maybe I need to take a mental leap of faith here and trust that the universe is doing exactly what it is right for me right now, so that when the real thing, the right thing comes along, I will know it to 100% of it, because that will be the honest truth. But I'm going to have to risk something to get it. I'm going to have to ask myself, am I really willing to risk my friendship, my whatever else, my pride, my envy, whatever it is, to get to that love? Am I willing to let go of what has been holding me back up to this point to get love? If that is the price, am I willing to pay it? That's a leap of faith. And then that inner oak card says that the stuff that you are moving out of yourself, that you are slowly learning how to remove, you have to replace it with the good stuff that goes back in it. So even if you are taking out good negative attributes of yourself that you are transforming and changing. Like when I'm talking to me here, not necessarily when I was depressed and angry at the world, I always worried about what would happen to me next. So if I could take the worry of it all away from myself by, escaping into whatever fantasy world, or just, playing out driving or writing my stories or painting or whatever was my um, creative outlet at the time, you know, I learned how to move out my emotions and move new emotions in with me letting it out onto my artwork and whatever else I would put out to the world. I got something out of it to show what I was, and it wasn't always a negative thing that I gave the world. So it's kind of like you're learning how to bring the right things back in. It takes a little bit of time, you know, and I wish it was a quick fix, but there's no quick fix for love. You just got to get out there, meet people, see if you vibe with people, see if that person gives you a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Give as many girls as you can that wink, wink, nudge, nudge look, and see how many people come say hi to you. You know, I think you're closer than you think you are. I think you're like maybe 2 to 3 months away from an actual physical connective love. I think you might meet online first, and then you learn you're close to one another, and then you guys set up a um, mutual spot where you both can meet. That's safe for you both to meet because you're online and you're both kind of worried this person or that person's a creep. You meet, you talk, blah blah blah. That's kind of something I'm seeing happening for you, or I'm seeing you going out and recognizing that maybe one of your friends has been they've always been kind of that very plain girl, but now they're starting to think of dressing themselves up and they're looking more like a woman, less like a tomboy or something like that. And then you suddenly notice they're more beautiful than you gave them credit for, kind of a deal. So I would look around you and stuff too, because I'm feeling that this thing that you're looking for is surrounding you, and you're just not taking advantage of what that thing is, and being okay with giving more of yourself that you really need to give. And that's what I'm feeling for you today, technology. I got some more people to help, so I gotta let you go. But I hope you get what I'm trying to tell you there. My mama always comes out when someone's not doesn't believe in themselves and has to take off the rose-colored glasses sometimes and see the reality. Beth had been coming into my store for 3 months flirting with me, and because I wanted to see the pretty girl like Barbie that I wasn't. You know, you're welcome. Anyway, Jing to the reading room. Jing to the reading room. It's your turn, Jing. Well, Jim, whenever you get in here, let me know. I know you probably went to computers don't lie. Let's see here. What numbers do you want today? And I probably wrote something here, and I gotta get my dumb chat to work here. So, because it says I got a new message. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. I'm just gonna have a smoke real quick. Good. I'm glad to hear that you're good, because I've been worried about you a little bit. I hope things have really worked out for the better for you, because I was like, well, either things are going really good and she's just getting things all straight in her head and getting back to doing some of the hard work she's got to get done here, and did shit finally hit the fan enough? I'll find out. Oh, and if you want to I do some stuff on Wednesdays a little bit different now. So if you want to come find out what I do differently on Wednesdays, I'm doing something a little bit different on Wednesday now. As I'm bringing out 3 other decks to help verify your readings. So, I'm gonna clear these cards off really good for you and tell you what's coming for you, though. Okay, hon? Someone wants me to tell you that they love you and they miss you. I don't know why they just said that in my head. Tell Jing I love them and I miss them. Okay, here we go. And here are your 10 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. No God cards. No. The thing I heard was from Spirit. Was the Spirit telling me something to give you a message? It was a purely Spirit message that I was supposed to give you? And I don't know if you were listening or not, so. Where's those numbers? And we're going to start counting 31 anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. And you want the 31st con. Okay, no worries. Maybe it's meant for you to get later after this. So your message is meant for after this reading. So when you go back and watch it, remember that the answer was given to you before, so you could go back and rewatch what I said. Okay? So that's what they wanted me to tell you now. For that, for the remaining part of the reading, here we go. Here's what's coming for you, Jingy. Okay. Okay. Looks like some good things are on their way, Jing, for you. Finally, it looks like you're ready to start to grow in the same, more positive direction finally. You finally have done most of the tending to yourself that you really need to get done right now. You've been working on very hard with, of learning how to shoot. What the heck is this thing? Like glue or something. I don't want to know. And it's about time that you learned how to bring all those coals together so they could be that focal point of energy. And what I feel from you is now that you have done that work, you are ready now to scoop up the remaining carbon in that dust and sprinkle it into that little field of yours. So what's coming for you is a chance to plant your new seeds that you want to grow within your life. What are going to be the most important 3 things you should work on to grow not only within you, your life, and what you would like to do in the future. What physical thing and all those aspects of your life, physical, mental, and spiritual, for all 3 do you do for yourself? Physically, mentally, and spiritually. What do I do for all 3 of those parts of me? And what seeds do I plant in the ground, and what am I willing to take care of so I can make that foundation that I really want to make? So I have my starting stone or my finishing stone of when I know I've got to where I was hoping to get to. The foundation stone is always about pouring your foundation. And if you're pouring your foundation in your future, that means you've obtained that foundation. Now it's time to step onto the foundation to become that foundation, to grow in a more brilliantly beautiful way, because what you planted, the reason you're going through all this is to become that very thing you plant. So it's a lot about self-empowerment and a lot about growing and taking care of self and learning how to maybe say, here are some ways I do need to grow, and here's some ways I do need to set a foundational start for myself, that I see myself already reaching in my future, because I see myself growing to be that beautiful sapling that made it through the darkness, because every seed starts in darkness to come to the light, and once it reaches that light, it grows, grows, and grows, because it brings the positive energy in, lets the emotional things out, so that it can feed itself the things it needs in that ground, so that that wind can come along and blow and dust you off of all the things you don't need again. It's a metaphysical way of looking at it, but I think you understand that. You didn't have any God cards for you, so that's what's kind of coming for you. Just, self empowerment, setting yourself a purpose, a path, and all of that stuff. And and then I will let you go back and see what I said, and I will let you go and do that. But I'm glad to hear things are going good, though. All right. Well, you don't have to join anyone. Does anyone else want a reading? Does anyone else want a reading? If no one wants a reading, Jing, you just stay right here. I leave your name on the screen until. Well, do you want to fill me in? All right. I'll do this. I'm going to get a tobacco for this one. I'm going to cleanse your cards off again. Oh. Oh. Sorry, I had to stretch a little bit there. Oh. I'm cleansing your cards off for your question, though. I know. All right, I know, guys. You know you're talking to me already, but you got to give me Jinga a little bit of what she really needs to hear. I thought that we had taken care of that problem, but I guess we have not. All right, here are your 10 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, and you have a 1, 2, and 3 God card message for this one, Jing. And now the 18th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and the 18th card is on top. And you want to know what is coming for you and Isaac as far as love goes. Fuck me, we should have gone back to sleep. Oh, monkey. I wish I had some sugar. I need more coffee. All right. Hey, first time chatter, welcome on in, sheep. So, Jing, one of the things that I'm feeling for you and Isaac has been that I don't know if you've repaired some of the things you were working on, but if you have been working on trying to learn how to re-embrace one another for who you have become now and work on who you want to be in the future, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of a conflict of sorts. Like I'm going between two different conflicts of, do I stay together still or do we still leave again? Is this still true? Oh, he wants to tell me about cheap viewers. I forgot. We don't accept those here. You know? Yeah, stuck in two worlds. Yeah. And that, trying to find a way to embrace that and make it into something special. We're trying to forge it forward into something special. We've got to we've got to let that metal heat up, and it's got to get to that point where it's almost molten before we take it out of the forge and stir and then go poundy, 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 and then we make the right tools to make it grow forward in the future. Understand? So I feels like that you're going to be you're creating that energy you guys need to make a change one way or the other, and it's kind of like, you take that embracing energy and that is fuel for that fire. That fire builds up. You put that yourself into that forge going, am I ready for this XYZ change? You pull yourself XYZ out of that moment when you are ready to create that new person you are wanting to be. And now you say you want to find that family. You want that love to come back, or this loving feeling to be a part of who you are. But you're tired of being the lone wolf and you want someone to love you for who you are. You don't really need to be a leader, a follower, or acceptor. You just want to have someone who wants you for you. And that's what the lesson of the blue wolf is. It's all about going out there and trying to find things that necessarily don't fill them up. And it does Isaac really fill that hole is what the universe is asking you. And it keeps asking you that. If the answer is yes, and I can deal with everything else as part of the answer, then that's the answer. But what's coming for you is this moment where you kind of realize that you are each other's family, hopefully, in some way, shape, or form. We have a connection deeper than love. We have family. Sometimes, love isn't enough. Sometimes you need that family aspect as well. But the reason you're going through all of this is because this is all a part of a process to bring you to that fermentative moment where now you can drink from the cup of your best bounteous life, because you have earned that bounty, because you've made that bounty because of all that which you have gone through to get what you want. So working on it with Isaac and working on bringing things together, breaking it down, trying to understand it, going to counseling, blah, blah, blah. That kind of stuff may benefit you somewhere in the future. Or maybe that's just something where you guys just need to sit down and talk to one another and get these things out there and be okay and say, I accept you like this, you accept me like this, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way, I knew you were still with Isaac. I was kind of hoping the next time I talked to you, you said you weren't, but that's my bone to pick. But I do have God cards for you, so here are your God cards in case you went off stream or computer went ookie ookie. So as you can see in here, you have the glow card, which is your physical, right? So glow like the brilliant, beautiful person you are. Bring that sunshine inside of your life. Bring that positivity into yourself so you can yourself glow. You are mentally everything you need yourself to be. You don't need anything else. You are enough. How you are, acceptance about that is what you need to do. Spiritually, you need to take this thing that you have been putting on yourself forever and ever and ever and parole yourself free from those things that keep holding you back from what truly will be a more positive, more beneficial life for myself. I'm willing to let this stuff stay in the cage and I will walk free of my own choice, because today I chose to parole myself of that baggage that I've been carrying around all this time. I will find a way to breathe the new, fresh air again. I will find a way to let these emotions out, to feed my gray oak so that I can find that glowing spirit within myself again. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to take a break, guys, real quick. I got to run to the restroom real quick.
To believe or not, that you'll find your purpose on the way the journey's road will go. But it's important to carve your own path, for there are many milestones left to come, and not so many come true. But I know I had to believe it was over the moon, into the stars. I saw rainbows and in my heart, but I never knew I was to be. It was my destiny. Cradled by the willow's hand, and all that I heard was it'll be okay now. I will now. I believe in the dream. I believe I will succeed if I only believe in my destiny.
Hey guys, I'm a feeling kind of like I need to eat something here. I don't want to leave you hanging for a long time, so I think I'm gonna get out of here. I thought maybe I'd just do a little small stream. I know it's kind of sucky for you guys, but I gotta go take care of me too as well. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Thanks for coming in for the short little stream I had. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm not gonna go right out. I'll see you tomorrow. See you on Monday.